For the golfer to get the best out of his or her ability, they have to have compression. The body needs to open up to ensure there's compression on the back of that golf ball without compromising strike by coming into the ball too steep. So if the body opens up and the weight can transfer left, the hands and arms can be the last thing to move, if you like. So opening that body up, understanding how the hips open the shoulders, how the shoulders lag to the hips, getting that opened up, ensuring ball turf strike is key for every player. And every player has that ability to do that. They just need instructed as to how to do it correctly. The Eureka Golf Swing can help with that. With the open stance, we've encouraged that motion to already happen. If you watch the top guys on tour, every one of them gets into that position. I say position, I actually mean action. The action of the shoulders lagging to the hips. And if you take Adam Scott for an example, he's got arguably one of the best golf swings on tour. And if you look at how his body, how certain parts of his body lag to other parts, every amateur golfer can do that. Using Eureka Golf Swing, the average golfer can now recreate to the best of their ability the motion that Adam Scott is creating. Now of course I'm not saying every golfer can be as good as Adam Scott, or have the ability or the work ethic that Adam Scott has, but every golfer can recreate what the tour pros do. If they can get the body to work first before the hands and arms, which is what Eureka Golf Swing's all about, they can get that strike, they can get the ball turf strike, they can pure it, they can hit draw, they can rid the slice. It's all achievable. It can actually happen for just the average golfer. Regardless of handicap, every golfer has it in them. Every golfer is able to do this motion. And the Eureka Golf Swing reduces backswing. So the less distance the club goes back, the less trouble we get into. Yet it's structured in a way that it gets the body through pre-impact to ensure that it's opened up. The body has opened up. The hips have opened up to the feet line. The shoulder are opening up to the hips. And therefore it's a ball turf strike. It's an in-to-out path to reduce the slice or that ball that tails off to the right. And as I say, we can all do it. Every golfer in the world, every player has the ability to do this. Yet most golfers, the majority of amateur golfers, are driven by the hands. They use the hands because it's the only point of contact with the golf club. So they pull the hands and arms down. Rather than holding that off, leave them up there. Let the body open up, let the hips open up, let the shoulders open up after the hips, so let them lag to the hips. Then the arms, then the hands, then the club face. That sequencing that Eureka Golf Swing can give every golfer is a no-brainer. So my feet alignment at address are obviously left, marrying up with bottom cane, which is going to reduce the length of my backswing. Adam Scott, square. Adam Scott shoulders at address, 0 degrees, square with his feet line. My shoulders at address, we'll get to that in just a second. So Adam Scott goes up the top of his swing. Get that club face there, very good, a little bit open. Oh. Adam Scott comes down into impact when he gets here. Let's get him to impact. There. Shoulders are now 20 degrees open. Compared to the start line, we can class them as 20 degrees open. You could maybe actually argue they're a little bit more. 24 degrees open. It's impressive stuff. So it shows you how much he's opened his shoulders. We'll go to Eureka Golf Swing, myself on the right hand side. Same starting point, so my reference for shoulder alignment at address. Would be there, which marries up with the middle cane, so 0 degrees. Up the top of the swing, much more deep, much more inside. Left arm marries up with shoulders, coming back down along that red cane. Shoulders open up, hips are open, hips are well open. Into impact. Shoulders are now 21, 22 degrees. Similar to Adam, I'll take that. Then of course if we go back to Adam Scott, we will now go to hips. Address Adam's hips. We can say are square. Up the top of his swing. Down into impact. Opening, 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 opening. There. Hips. Impact, look at that.
59 degrees, let's say, open. So his hips have opened up by about 60 degrees going into impact, and his shoulders by about 25 degrees. Incredible. Over to myself. Address position. Now there'll be a difference here because I'm not as athletic, and the idea behind the Eureka Golf Swing is to ensure that we can get the body to turn through better. So we've started in a slightly more open position. So my feet being open but hips, shoulders square, my hips will lie in between that somewhere. So my hips are slightly open at address. So I've moved the line to the left so you can see if that was married up with the shoulders at address. So we're about 9 degrees open. Let's see, actually about 7 degrees open at address already in relation to the shoulders and the middle cane. And then we come up, so we're 7 degrees open, down, down, down into impact, shoulders, hips opening, hips opening, hips opening. Impact, so 7 degrees open, hips are now here, say there. So there we go. If you add the so 48 degrees open, and if you add your 7 degrees onto that, you're about 55, 56 maybe. In fact, they're probably a little bit more open than that. If I'm moving this up, yep. So 50, right, roughly. Yeah, I'd say about 48 degrees. Let's move this back down to where it should be. I would say, yep. Yeah. About 47 degrees open. I'm trying to visualise where the left hip is there. 47 plus the 7 already. So 54 degrees open. So it's similar on a 22 degree open shoulder, 54 degree open hips. Now the Eureka Golf Swing, obviously, because I've set myself up in an open position, my hips start open, but it gives me the best chance. My length of swing is reduced at the top in comparison to Adam Scott's swing. At the top you can see his left arm is a lot higher, mine's a lot lower because it's more rotational. Or that we've started with the feet open, so then from there as I come back down, or as Adam comes back down, he is an athlete. He is a player who is designed to play golf and played all his life, so his body is designed to turn hard from the square position, and it opens up so much, so much, as all tour players do, because they're built to do that. They've been honed to do that. We are not. So having this starting position with the feet open is going to reduce length of swing. Let's go to address. It's going to reduce the length of swing. Club comes inside, weight stays left, reduces the length of swing, right leg straightens a little bit more. So because the length of swing is reduced by, let's say, the angle of the cane being 13 degrees, so it's 13 degrees shorter than Adam Scott's swing was. Look at the club at the top. Let's look at Adam at the top. You can see his club against the tree there disappearing, so he's got much more length, 13 degrees further. So then when I come back down, I'm going to open up 13 degrees more than I normally would, which gets me close to Adam Scott. And then of course on the follow through I've got a good extension follow through there because it's 13 degrees further than it would have been. Whereas Adam Scott, he's already got that 13 degrees because he is a honed, skilled player to do that. So that's why Eureka Golf Swing is really good. So just having the feet open, having that, starting with those parameters, allows us to get into a similar position that tour players get in. We're not all going to get in those positions, of course. However, it gives us the best chance to get the body through, and the body opening up through impact, to these numbers 22 and 47, opening up to those numbers to ensure we get the club path going a little bit more into out, reducing that slice and getting up and opening through the shot.
So one thing to note from that video there is that if the shoulders outride the hips, that's when we come over the top. So it's understanding the sequence of it. So it's all very well getting to the top of the swing, but we have to make sure that the hips open up more than the shoulders pre-impact. So Eureka can help that. Aiming left, it encourages the hips to open up to the feet line because the left foot's dragged back if you're a right-handed golfer. The left foot's dragged back, therefore the left hip is the first thing to start the downswing, left knee arguably, then left hip, then left shoulder, so the hips are more open to the shoulders. So that structured address position allows that to happen. Feet are open, hips open to them, shoulders open to the hips. On the Eureka Golf Swing website, the place to start with is the Iron Swing series. That explains how the canes get set up, it explains about forward shaft lean, it explains about weight distribution, it tells you how to open up the body, it explains everything in there, and that's your starter. Moving on from there would be the driver series, and then you've got ball position and shot shaping series, but definitely starting with the Iron series is the place to go. That's going to give you the basis of the starting point to ensure that you get that ball turf strike, you get the body out of the way, ball turf into out path. So that slice you've had, or that tail off to the right, we can reduce that very easily by ensuring it's the body that swings the golf club and not the hands and arms, and that's what Eureka's all about.